What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Kels here, and we have another video. If you are new here, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. And if you are wondering, what are you going to see on this here channel? Let me tell you. You're going to see fashion, luxury, travel, lifestyle, and all around joy. Why? Because joy is life and life is living, and that is what we plan to do. Okay. All right, guys, we are back in action. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the Austin vlog. If you have not seen that yet, go check out the Austin vlog. It was a fun time. But we are going to talk, I'm looking down because I have my notes. We're going to be talking about online dating. So I made a video, well, a story time, and it talked about the worst date I've ever had from online dating. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna just like give you guys some tips for dating online. And so this is that video. So get yourself a little snack and a little drink and settle in. We're gonna be here for a good time, not a long time. Okay. Also, I got lazy, and so I'm just using the sun. If it starts to move, just let it happen. Just let it be. All right. Let's get into it. So these are things that just go based on like from me dating before. I know the times have changed. The girls are telling me it is hard out here for a pimp. Okay. Godspeed and God bless. But I think these still apply. So hopefully they'll be helpful if you're out here on these online dating streets. I got you. I'm going to help you. Okay. And when you get married, be like, oh my God, Raquel, you did this for me. I expect an invite to the wedding. All right. Number one. So the first thing that you should do when you're online dating is use a very clear headshot. Pa, pa, okay. Clear headshot. And it should be probably not super edited. We don't want, I don't know if people still do it like the dog ears. I don't know if we still do that, but the dog ears, the cat nose, the hearts around the face, the face tune so much that it looks like, who is that? It should still look like you, just like on your best day ever. So I feel like a lot of people feel bamboozled when they show up and someone is not really looking like what they look like online. And also, that's just a waste of your time, right? So like, why even do that? Number two, use a full body photo. Now, the full body doesn't have to be for your like initial photo, but there should be a head to toe full body photo in your bio or in your profile, right? And not you and a bunch of people. Now, this goes for men and women. So this is for everybody, okay? This is for all the people across the board. We don't want a picture from when you were 19 and now you're 55, okay? Because our bodies change, and that's okay. That is called life. That is reality. Our faces change, okay? Our hair changes. Lots of things change. So put a full body photo on there. Be proud of what you look like. That way, if you're thinking, oh, this person may not like me because I'm really stick thin, or I'm a little heavy, or I look a little extra athletic, you know, in the shoulders or the back or whatever it might be, or I don't have enough definition in my shoulders and back, whatever it is, guess what? Then who cares about that person? You see what I'm saying? Who cares whether or not that person is going to like you or not like you? Because if they're going to have to meet you eventually, right? So if they're going to meet you eventually and see what you look like today, then again, we're wasting time. Because if they decide, hey, you tricked me, or you fooled me, or you used your body from 15 years ago, or whatever it may be, you're wasting your time. Find someone that's going to look at you today and be like, oh, okay, he's cute. Okay, he got a little dad bod. Okay, he's got, you know, narrow shoulders. Ooh, he wears glasses. I'm into that. Or, okay, she's got the natural hair going. Or maybe she has a buzz cut. Or she has, you know, a little rounder shape, and I like a round woman. That's the person you want. You want the person that you like, and they like you for what you look like, not what you're trying to pretend to be. While we were talking about like putting our real face and our real body and et cetera, put the real you in your description. Because like there's always a part, right, where you like write down who you are. I like to go long walks on the beach, and I love squirrels, and I like to hand feed them nuts on the weekends. Like, if that's you, let it be you. Okay. I like to play chess. Don't be like, oh, I love football and I love crocheting sweaters for pigeons. I don't know. But I'm just saying, like, don't make up something so like extra that it's not at all you. Because you're like, oh, well, maybe I want to date a guy or I date a girl that's like into football. Don't pretend to be that just to get that. Like, it's again, waste of time. It's a waste of time. Be the authentic you. I'm always like, I am bougie, but also can be like regular and not those same words. I'm not a down to earth chick. I like my sneakers. Okay. I like my sneakers, right? And I love me a good like Chicago style hot dog. I like going to a game every now and then. I like that stuff. But what I love is getting dressed up with the heels and the bags. Okay. I love going to go see shows on Broadway. Like I like going to museums. I like art. I like music. I like go to the symphony, or go to a club and like do a little salsa bachata. Like that is the authentic person. And so if you show up as your authentic self, then it's hard for someone to be like, oh, you tricked me. There's still gonna be a few that are gonna be like, oh, I didn't know. I tried to be the most authentic, even more so like me times like two, especially like through dating and like the first date, because I'm like, well, I want to make sure that if I'm like twice as much myself, then my regular self is gonna be nothing for you. I lay everything out on the line, honey. If I'm like, I feel like the man is supposed to ask and take you out and is supposed to open the doors and pull out the chairs, be able to check, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And that's how I feel. Now you know. You can't say ever that you've been bamboozled because you knew. So you've entered into this fully aware of what you're going to be up against. So if you're not for that life, then just don't be about that life. Because let me tell you, like people are going to be like, oh, yes. Who was it that said pretty girls are expensive? It's probably going all around Instagram. Yes, I consider myself a pretty girl. Do not at me. Do not say anything in the comments. I said what I said. That's how I feel about me. Okay. They cost because they also have to, you know, be pretty and love their pretty things and their little knickknacks and stuff like that. So yeah, sometimes it's going to take a little extra zhuzh. Point is, don't be a real bougie girl and be like, oh, I like wearing sweatpants and sneakers and that's my look. If you know that's not you, don't pretend to be the girl that's like, oh yeah, I like to travel the world and do this and that. And really you like to be at home. Be you. This little light is going to drive me crazy because the sun is setting. So obviously this is going to start to rise and rise. But y'all stick with me, okay? Okay. Next, in that same vein as being authentic and putting the authentic you in your description, put what you want as well. Like, I don't know if they all do this because I've never done like Bumble or Hinge or any of that stuff. But I know like Plenty of Fish, OkCupid, I think Tinder. I was on that for like half a day, baby. And I was like, and I'm off. You can put like who you are and then like what you're looking for. Be for real. Like put what you actually want. I'm like, oh, I just want somebody that's funny and that's it. If you want someone that's funny, perfect, put that. But if that's not it, baby, don't just put that. Okay. If you know you want to make sure that he stays in the gym, put you like, I like a guy who stays in the gym. Okay, that way somebody's gonna read them like, oh, I hate the gym. I never go. Let me just move on to the next. So that's gonna be a big deal for you, then you should put that. If it's I like a big old man, like over 200. If he ain't over 200, I don't want him. Then put that, because then you're gonna get some little small man be like, I can't do it. You're just so little, like I can't do it. Put that. That's okay. Here's what's not okay though. I don't date black girls. I don't date white men. I don't date because it's giving prejudice. It's not even giving, oh, I have a type. It's giving prejudice. Okay. So don't do that. That looks real ugly. If you're like, oh, well, I just want a smart, in shape, artsy person, put that, because that can come, that's not saying, oh, I will never date, Asian man because X, Y, and Z. You don't need to put that. That's negative. We don't need to know who you're not going to date. Put who you want, and that'll help. Here's a big one. Ooh, I wish I had me a beverage. Here's a big one. Don't ignore the red flags. Oh, caught the Holy Ghost. There it is. Lord forgive me. Here's the thing. There are red flags in people's profiles. There's the red flags when you meet people. There's red flags, okay? And because we like something else on someone, or we're like, oh, well, we're here, like, I'm getting this good vibe, we ignore the red flags. Don't do it. Because in the end, you're going to be waving your flag and be like, I give up. I can't do this no more. Do not ignore the red flags. And that's like whatever it is to you, because not everyone's red flag is the same, but whatever you're like, oh, that's a flag. Why you don't want to post no pictures on social media? Why is he trying to hide? Oh, that's a red flag. Why doesn't she why don't I know her last name? Is she on the run? I don't know. Just whatever your red flags are, just make sure you pay attention to them. Speaking of being on the run of people's last names, like, I don't really give out my last name until, like, I know you, like, you're a real person, and then we can exchange names. But make sure you also do your digging on people, okay? For all my ladies, I know everybody got a CIA friend. Holler at your CIA friend and make sure you know that this man is not out here kidnapping people or have different families in different states or whatever it may be. Just do your due diligence. Here's another one. So, believe people, but also ask questions. So, like, I'm not a person that thinks that everyone is just inherently bad, which is probably I don't know if that's a good way of thinking or not, but in my head, I'm like, you know what? People want to be good, right? So if they tell me, like, oh, well, actually, I live here and I do this job, just believe people at face value, but ask questions. Oh, you do that job? How long have you been doing that job? Oh, did you go to school? What's your degree in? Oh, perfect. See if it matches up, okay? If I say I am a zoologist and you ask me when I got my degree and I'm like, oh, journalism. And they're like, oh, interesting. How'd you make that trade? You know what? One day they were just looking for someone, and I'm so good with animals and I love animals, and I applied and I just got the job. I don't think that's how zoology works. I could be wrong, but I don't think that's how it works. I feel like you need more than just like liking animals and being good with the animals for that to work. Anyways, see if the through line matches up. He's like, oh yeah, I was raised in this state and I went to school here. And this, I graduated this year. It's like, oh, there's no record of you, sir. There's no where are the records? Because there should be records of what you are saying. Don't believe people, but don't just take what they give you, then swallow and like that's the end. Really ask questions, get to know people. I feel like people just do not ask questions and get to know each other anymore. They're just like, oh, we like each other. All right, let's get naked. And if that's all you want to do, then do that. That's fine. Some people just all they want to do is like chill with somebody, have some sex, and not have to come out of pocket too much. And if that's your base minimum and that's all you want out of your partner or just a person, then do you, boo. No shade. But I want a little bit more for me and mine. So I need to get to know you. I want to know about your childhood. I want to know about your traumas. I want to know about what makes you laugh and what brings you joy. I want to know what you do in your free time or when you get bored. I want to know. Ask questions. Last but not least, be safe. Okay. I feel like I was living in a different world, but I would like get picked up from my house, as you know, because if you watch my last video about the worst online date, whatever, you would know that I do like to be picked up at my home because I'm very much into a gentleman. I love a gentleman. Someone that just dress nice and opens doors and pulls out chairs and is just sweet as pie, honey, but also smart and funny and like all those things. So, and I know not everybody cares about that. That's why it's a personal choice. So I don't necessarily recommend having people show up at your house in today's dating in 2023. I don't think I recommend, again, going forward, probably, I don't think I recommend that because people are crazy. And you don't want, especially if you live alone, you do not want somebody showing up at your house after you've told them peace out. It's the same way I would not go to a man's house for a date. Not a first date or a second date. I think I used to maybe do it on like a fourth or fifth date. I'm sorry. Say what you want. Argue with me in the comments about this one, but I'm not doing it. Here's the thing. Even at date 4, right? Like I know it also depends on how often you're going on these dates. If you're only going on a date like once a month or like every other week, which is not a lot at all. Yeah, that's not a lot. Go on dates more frequently. See that person in different elements. See them drunk, see them sober, see them tipsy, see them when they're angry and they're bored. Like see them in a bunch of different things. Because 4 dates over like, let's say 3 months, way too much time for dates. 3 months, we should at the very least be at 6 dates. And that's not a lot. Anyway, yeah, so I would not suggest going to a guy's house because you don't know who lives there. You know what he got in there. You don't know what he done to the alcohol, to the juice. You don't know if you're gonna be able to escape. And again, not everybody is bad, but you need to be safe. And men, I don't suggest you going to a woman's house. I mean, I know a lot of people are just trying to get laid. I get it. I'm not speaking to y'all because that's a risk. And so you risk it all for the biscuit. So that's on you. I'm talking about for people that want a relationship. Men, don't go to these women's houses either. Have you seen Misery? Have y'all seen the movie Misery where he gets hobbled? Is it called Hobbled? Watch it. Just watch it. And he didn't even go to that lady's house. He was brought there. Okay, it was a trap. But she might hobble you. Okay, y'all gotta realize that sometimes y'all are risking it for no reason. Like absolutely no reason. There's no reason for it. So be safe. Above all, be safe. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like if you like the video, subscribe because maybe it's free, and also leave a comment down below to let me know what you think about my online dating tips. I mean, we could tussle in the comments. That's okay. I'm fine with that. And also, don't forget to share with a friend because sharing is caring. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye.